Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. This is episode 40 of Life and Drawing Podcast. And technically, this is the second recording. I had recorded about 9 minutes previously, and I don't know, I think it was after 5 in the morning, and our 18-month-year-old um, started crying, and I cut, the recording. And my plan was to resume recording and just, splice the two, mesh them together. But I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Plus, that 9 minutes was fairly shaky. Even with what I was drawing, I wasn't sure what I was gonna sketch, and then I was like, I'm gonna change it. So, at the end of that, just to do a quick recap, I said I'm gonna try watercolor. Watercolor. Now, watercolor digitally, and it could be that my program is more based for. Cause see, this is watercolor right here for this Clip Studio Paint, and it's doing its thing to mimic watercolor. Jeez, why can't I say watercolor? I'm like watercolor. How watercolor is, how watercolor functions, and that's the hard thing. I think the only program that and it's just a money. I hate saying it's just a money thing because I don't want to make it seem like I'm low key trying to, make folks feel a certain kind of way to be like, oh, he needs more money. um, it's not that at all. I would totally get what's it called now? Because I think the name has even changed. I think it used to be Coral Painter, but I think they changed the name. I'm not sure, and I could easily go and try and look it up, but I don't want to. It's been about an hour and a half since the boys' nap time, and so I'm trying to just sneak. Um, I'm just trying to sneak this one in. So you have different shapes, like this. This is round. The other one was flat, a flat brush, um, and so uh, as you can see, pointing right here, that's the round, and you have uneven layering brush. So let's see how that. Okay, I don't see what's uneven about that at all. And then we have emphasi- emph- emphasizing texture. Man, my word, I can't get my words out. Um, I I don't know, guys. I don't see the difference. And then we have, okay, watercolor brush. Okay, and if I increase the size of that, but then you see it kind of slows down because it's a higher amount of pixels or whatever. And then you can take the blending tool. I'll increase this, and then you can blend those more like that. So it's just different. It's different. Um, of course, it's different. This is digital than if some of you saw my last, well, it wasn't my last. If you saw a video, it was an update video 2022, or no, end of year 2021. It's on my Facebook page. Um, it's on my YouTube channel, Facebook page, facebook.com/Mishlo Comics. And you go to YouTube and just type in Mishlo Lolly, and my channel should pop up. So, but in that short video, I did a traditional watercolor, and I'm not great at watercolor to begin with, and so, but yeah. So what was I saying? So yeah. So with this Clip Studio Paint, I mean, it's really designed for comic creation. I mean, there's so much comic um, tools, making um, like dialogue balloons, action lines, preset background stuff like buildings, interior, stock images, uh, panel creation, panel manipulation. Like if you want to split the panels to have it even and all that. And so, I mean, and there's so many tools that I don't even begin to use, to be honest with you, because I just try to keep it real basic. I draw my own balloons. Um, uh, so yeah, I mean, the panel, even like the panel creation tool, I just use the ruler tool and just make my own panels. um, I mean, it's still faster than me actually taking a ruler. I just use the ruler tool, select a rectangular shape thing, and then move on from there. I was going to erase this, but I'm going to just see if I'm just going to make this work. Because, it's just a sketch, so I'm just going to have fun with it. Uh, but yeah, so yeah. Oh, here he goes. Man, this was such a great flow. I was in such a good rhythm. Let me see, guys. What can I do? Do I pause? Can I just grab him? What do you guys think? Grab him, bring him here, ham cry into the mic. Um, uh, you know what? I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna just let this run. I'll bring him at the screen and see if I can continue a little bit. And I'm sure I'm gonna have to get his milk, but I don't want to cut this. I don't want to cut and try to. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to cut it anyway because when I go and if I have to change him, I'll splice it. But I'm in such a good headspace right now. The topic for today is what's your dream car? Although I'm talking about a watercolor or whatever, but I just have a good energy, and so I don't want to stop the recording, so I'm just gonna let it flow, and then with editing magic, we'll cut right back to it, hopefully, and hopefully the cut will be smooth. So, and it won't affect you guys anyway. It's not like you guys are gonna have to sit for like 15 minutes of silence. That would just be a bad video. And so, but just so you know, if you do notice like a weird cut, and it's like, whoa, okay, that he just jumped. No, that's why, because I just want to keep it flowing, and I'm going to step away. I'll bring Mr. Emmanuel with me, and if he's continually to cry and stuff like that, I may just leave a little bit of him crying just to verify why I had to take this slight break. So, all right, so just bear with me, guys, and thanks for taking the time to listen to this video. I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. That's the alarm, so that goes to show uh, um, how long I went away. So, like I said, editing, bam. You shouldn't notice much, but like I say, if you do notice a weird cut, my two boys woke up. Well, actually, the younger one woke up, and so if you hear any ambient noises in the background, it'll most likely be them. So just a heads up. Because once they're up, I don't like to close the room door. I need to hear what's happening and stuff like that. So yeah. So this may be a shorter episode, um, depending how things go with my little ones. Um, but yeah. So I ended up about Coral Painter, and that was great because I think I had the the free, and this was maybe 8 years ago. Um, I had the free trial type thing, and it really did look like you were painting with traditional paint. Just the software, the way it displayed it on screen, um, and just weirdly enough, how it would mimic different materials. You had choice of, like, say if you wanted to paint on a canvas, the way it would manipulate the application digitally of the paint that you were using. So, but like I said, I believe the name has changed from Coral Painter to something else. Um, and I could look it up, but anyway, I just want to maximize my time just in case something crazy happens and I really do have to just bolt. So, but yeah, but this all that to say, this program is really more based with uh, a comic book experience, So, I mean, there's ways, of course, if you're really super talented and stuff like that, the program, well, there's ways that you can finesse it to look a certain kind of way, but it won't ever look like a dedicated software for painting or dedicated software for watercolor. So, although I think Carl does a great job with watercolor, oil paints, stuff like that, uh, um, like charcoal, pastels, all that stuff. So, but so we're just gonna work with what we have and move on from there. One of the great things, I guess, again with digital is I don't have to worry about adding a masking layer. Although I think there's a way to do that, and to block out a different layer, and but I'm doing it digitally, so I could cheat. And by cheating, I mean, let's just say I want to put in some trees and stuff like that. So, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna make this a watercolor tutorial. This is Life and Drawing podcast. You'll see as I go about. I want to talk about dream cars, and this may be a two-part series because I'm gonna cut it somewhat shorter. And so, let me get a flat. So you see, so that's a watery brush. So boom, see, that's really watery. Okay, and so you see that flat water brush. So let's do that. So yeah, so what is your dream car? My dream car, and as you choose, you can just drop them in the comics. My dream car, and it was influenced by Gran Turismo. I played the very first Gran Turismo that came out on PlayStation, and I knew there were other. I know that there are other games that led to Gran Turismo. There was like a historical breakdown, something I watched on YouTube. But as far as the official Gran Turismo game, I I wish I could rotate the way this brush is angled, and I can. I can go in and change the angle, but I don't want to do that. So I'll just make it work somehow. But yeah, the very first Gran Turismo, and I'm not sure it was the very first or it was the second one. But anyway, it was Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo introduced me to the Supra. And even in the Bahamas, I believe I saw one in person. And I'm not sure if it was before or after. I suspect that it was after. But I just remember, man, for whatever reason, it was the Supra, and then the Mitsubishi GT 3000. I was just hooked on those. But the Supra it was just like clean lines, but yet very distinctive, but not like crazy flashy like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or any other like Italian or European sports car that had like just crazy sharp angles. Hold on, guys are fighting. Hold on. Okay, not fighting. They're just have a 4-year-old trying to communicate to 18-month-year-old. So, is he quite 18 months? I don't think he's quite 18 months. I keep saying 18 months. because I keep going by like the clothes that he's wearing. So, but but yeah, just they're not those crazy sharp angular lines, but it was just, but it still had a presence, and so that's why it was just a car that I don't know, I just fell in love with. It's kind of crazy to say it that way, but yeah, it was just truly a great car, in my opinion, and so what was I saying? So yeah, so I was like, man, that's gonna be my dream car to get. Um, and then as the years go on, it was still that, and there were certain other cars that I would like. It wasn't so much it being a dream car, but it was okay. This would be my everyday dream car. Like the Super would be like my dream car, where I drive it selectively. My everyday dream car back then was the Subaru STI. Sorry, man, I'm cutting back and forth. I just want to make sure the boys are good. All right, guys. Sorry, that's real life. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I may just stop it here and then pick up the recording when I finish, like, block out everything, and so that may be what I have to do, just so that I'm there to keep the peace, so to speak. So thanks for tuning in to. Oh, see, I kind of messed up, but again, this is digital, so of course, see, if I had masking, this right here would be masked. This would be masked. Basically, wherever the highlights are going to be, wherever the light is coming from, would be masked. And so, because this is more aggressively, because watercolor, once it's wet and you are applying it, I mean, when you overlap, it will darken. But this is so sharp, it doesn't have that natural fluidity of a brush stroke and stuff like that. And so, but I'm not knocking it. I can demonstrate. And honestly, if I was, I'm rushing now, I could just simply just leave that space, and then what? That's the highlight. So I don't want to throw too much shade at the program, particularly if I can be better at applying what I want in the program. So, okay, but I think he's settled down a little bit, so I think I can just continue. And please, no hate. If someone's like, man, you're neglecting your boys, I'm not. They're just, my oldest son, he is, very much like myself, and he's tidy, and and so he loves his train, and the younger one seems to like trains as well. But the only issue is the younger one likes to destroy the tracks when they're made, and I promised him that I would make a track while he was napping, and I did, and he's like, oh man, that's super cool. And his younger brother also thought it was super cool, but equally thought it would be super cool to tear it apart. So, but anyway, but yeah, super was just, yeah, man, just the lines, the shape, the backlights, the headlights. I just, even to this day, and I'm sure it's going to be crazy more expensive. I mean, Toyota has come up with the new Supra. I don't really like it. Actually, I don't like it. I don't like the front end. I don't like the back end. The back end has more of that BRX, and hopefully I'm not saying it incorrectly, feel to it. And I know there's a connection there with, wait, no, I think it's that Subaru, right? Subaru has the connection with the BRS. Whatever. It's just not the same. And I feel like they could have kept the essence of the the line of the original, like the super. Um, uh, I shouldn't say the original because I mean there was iterations of the super, but I'm trying to think what year. This would be '07. Was it '07? I can't remember. But anyway, anyone who's like a true fan of Super would know what I mean. And if I say, when I say Gran Turismo, you know exactly what I mean. So the street car, and then you had the Tom's racing car. And man, the amount of hours I put in using that racing car for races, it's, yeah, it's a lot. So, Uh, see, this is not giving that seeing I'm screen recording. If I was actually recording from a camera, I would show the traditional watercolor to show the effects, because I'm trying to use the blending tool to give it that watery effect. And I guess I can go back here to where it says, watery brush, and if I use that, wow, okay, I don't know why it's not applying the color. It's just doing that. I don't get that at all. It's just a white overfill. Oh, I don't get that. Let me do rough wash. Okay, that seems more like it a little bit. But still, it's still not the same effect, as you can tell. So, but yeah, but super. What are you? Uh, so what are some of your? Um, you put it back together on the floor a little bit. Oh, mine's gonna mess it up. Okay, well, we'll put it back together later, and then we'll do your workbook. Okay. Okay, so just give me 2 minutes, and I'll be right out there. All right. We'll do train trackers after we do the workbook. Okay. All right. All right. See you later. That was my firstborn, Mr. Levi, and so. So yeah, so what are your dream cars? Why is this not okay? For whatever reason, I can't. It's not working. Okay, I'm sorry, getting distracted. I just wish this thing would work and just do what I have selected, but for whatever reason, it just has a mind of its own, and okay, that's okay, Levi. I'll be right there. All right, guys. As you can tell, there is issues on the home. Why isn't this working, guys? Like, I can't go over. Did I press something while I wasn't paying attention? Like, I don't get why Oh, that is bizarre. I have to create a new layer. I can't organically just go over that previous layer. Okay, that's all right. That takes out the. Yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't just go over the previous layer. Anyway, I guess you really shouldn't try something on the fly as you are recording. But every other painting medium, you can do that. You can just, oh, you know what? I get it. They are truly working on the watercolor. Because if watercolor is dry, you can paint over it to some degree, but a lighter color will not override a darker shade of color. So I stand corrected on that with them. That's just my lack of understanding. So the program is doing what it's supposed to do, and mimicking real life. Because in real life, you wouldn't be able to apply white highlights over. That's why you have masking. You have the masking fluid that you apply, and then you could rub it off and away after you're done. All right, guys. Well, you see what it is. Let's try something real quick. Sorry if it's kind of spacey, but hey, it's real life. But I had a blast doing it, and I hope you guys had a blast listening to as well, because I know it is an exciting topic. Your dream car, and so we will continue this in part 2. And hopefully we won't have too much distractions. Although the distractions I had were just wonderful distractions, because those are my boys. I love them more than life, and they are trying to get my attention. Which I will give to them momentarily. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe at my YouTube channel. Need to get up to 10 subscribers. Please do that. Hit the like button. Leave a comment as well. Also go to my Facebook, facebook.com/Michelot Comics. I post my illustrative works there too as well, and you can follow me too on Instagram. It's Instagram at Michelot Lully, and to support what I do to keep the digital inks flowing, you can go to my Patreon page. It's patreon.com/Michelot Lully. We appreciate any and all the support you can give in that regard. So thank you guys so much for taking this time to to listen and watch this fairly sporadic episode. But like I said, I had a blast. Really, truly had a blast filming it. And I hope you say I gotta create another layer again because I'm doing like highlight. I hope you equally had a blast viewing it. So thank you guys a million for watching and supporting. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, night. Grace and peace.